I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Main reason why is because there are fingerprints on the weapon. Objection, Your Honor. You are a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't have come out smoothly. Plus, there's something else. There would have been blood on the hilt and the other areas. Why is there only hilt on the bottom? The top of the blade. We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would have been too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. Conjecture? I think not. Objection, Your Honor. I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? If the witness is telling the truth, there should be more blood along the entire length of the sword! Having come in this far, there can only be one answer. The weapon used to kill the victim was not the treasure sword! Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was a murder weapon? Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the treasure sword was the murder weapon. I don't buy it. The victim was definitely stabbed, but she was not stabbed with that sword. If that is so, I'd like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found? Answer the question, Miss Von Karma! What? Very well. Location of the weapon. Saw the murderer at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. We actually saw that last night with Phoenix and Maya. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back or it's knocked out. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Quite. So there were some snowmobile tracks. Let's take a look. Indeed. Seems so. And Phoenix and Maya did spot a snowmobile near the start of the case. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Very well. You're sure about the time? Why is that? The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. True, true. Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Seems she is the type to hold a grudge. They'd forgotten it at home, apparently. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. Now you're certain that the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? I'm not sure if this is really relevant. Looks very likely that the snowmobile is related to this case. I can't help but think that Iris used it, but for what? I better hold off on this for now. How long does it take to reach the bridge by snowmobile? In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself from walking. Very well. So she broke her back after crashing a snowmobile. Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? I have to concede that is more than enough time.
Hold it.
While it would be possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here. The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer have to do all this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are many other methods? True, the victim could have done this. The question is, if she did do it, why? That is what the main question is. What is the motive? Personally, I don't see one. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in that flawed account. Wait a minute. Objection, Your Honor. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If that was the case, there naturally should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back. Yes, I'm aware of that, Miss Von Karma. I know that, Miss Von Karma. Is there a flaw in her testimony? I don't buy it. There is definitely a contradiction. The tracks of the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Gladly. No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. Wait a minute. I gotta see something. Bingo. Right there. Objection. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made up after that time to have been covered up. Seems so, Your Honor. That is true. We're still near the beginning of the case, everyone. Hey, I don't see anything wrong with relying on the weather. That's a good point. She does have a point. She does have a point. Not all weather data is accurate. And it stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. True. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Perfectionist? I think not. Bingo. Oh, what is that I see? They look like footprints.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed. Incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception. The victim herself! Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks! This is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Very well. One key for the snowmobile, huh? Iris said that she was never there. Should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. I'm already aware of that. So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. True. When I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. Which means somebody had moved the snowmobile. I'm thinking somebody snatched the key from Iris's room, moved the snowmobile to its current location, and then returned the key to Iris's room. Question is, who? And why? Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. Snowmobile. True, Phoenix and Maya had noticed it. True. So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, it would be two sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. Never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Wait a minute. I gotta see something. Where's that map? Here it is. There was someone near Dusky Bridge. Bingo. And I think it might be an idiot who might be able to help us solve this case. Exactly. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor, actually there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind. First, they saw something incredible on the night of the murder. This individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Like you really need to ask me that.
Take that!
No. I could tell them all about his designs for Iris. But it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something that would, in the snowy scenery, that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Indeed. I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to the preparing of the next witness. Everyone, I will be right back. I will not be long. Alright, I am back. I did say I wasn't gonna be long. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. First, about that night, you really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Very well. Second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I knew it. Iris. Yet? Her. The acolyte, huh? Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Mystic Elise? As I thought, no Psycho-Ox. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Alright, let's continue. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness? Suspicious behavior. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? I have nothing to say about that. Field work. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. Oh, don't you lie to me. Okay, Miss Von Karma, enough. Honest to God, if it were me, I would take that goddamn whip and either snap it in half or shove it down her throat. Anyway, let's continue. At the lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. Walked to a bridge a number of times. Why is he stuttering? Okay, I don't buy that. Enough. That's a huge understatement, Your Honor. Severe inferiority complex? Yeah. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Okay.
Hold it!
That one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. How many? Spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. I'm still wondering what that blackmail letter is for. I don't think he actually wrote it. Somebody definitely did, but I don't think it was him. You really didn't see it? Why is he stuttering? If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Seems I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm gonna strike this blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. You didn't meet anyone? Indeed. Seems he's gonna claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I did to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. I don't buy it. Objection, Your Honor. I can understand why you want to throw your old life away. Pretty pathetic and cause all sorts of trouble. However, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incident you create. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. The head priestess, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You. What you need to do is change. What you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. to the shack around 9. So it would have been about 10:30 p.m. So I hung onto my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. Looked under the window and looked out the window. Dusky Bridge was on fire. That's when Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning. There's still some thunder. I went right away to check it out. What happened to the bridge after it caught fire? It's nothing life-threatening, he just caught a cold. Very well.
Hold it!
What did you do out in the cold for an hour and a half? It appears she didn't come at all in the end. So they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? One moment,